decimal division as repeated subtraction. You may use your whiteboard or a piece of paper and pencil to follow along with this video. You may also use your ruler and a piece of string too if you want. Mr. Kovich is preparing materials for a craft project. He needs to cut 2 meters of string into pieces that are 2/10 meter long. How many 2/10 meter pieces can he cut from 2 meters of string? Here is the 2 meter long piece of string. Now Mr. Kovich could use a tape measure to determine where to make his cuts. Or he could use a meter stick, which is very similar to a yardstick, or he could even use a ruler, which is something you have in your math materials. But before you use the ruler, let's take a look at the metric system. 1 meter equals how many centimeters? There are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. 1 centimeter is 1/100th of a meter. But since Mr. Kovich needs to cut 2/10 of a meter, 2/10 meter equals how many centimeters? 10, 20 centimeters. Now take a look at your ruler that is probably found in your math materials. It may look something like this. It may be a different color, and it may actually go up to 30 centimeters, I believe. This one here stops at 20 centimeters. Which is just what Mr. Kovich needs for this problem, because 20 centimeters equals 2/10 meter. You can use repeated subtraction to solve this problem. Here is that same ruler now measuring out 2/10 of a meter, or 20 centimeters. If Mr. Kovich cuts this amount off, it could be written as 2 minus 2/10. Pause the video to solve this. 2 minus 2/10 equals 1 8/10. And since the goal of this word problem is to find how many pieces he can cut from 2 meters of string, let's keep track. That's 1 cut. Minus another 2/10. 1 8/10 minus 2/10. Again, pause the video to solve. 1 6/10. 2 pieces cut. Here's another 2/10. Cut. 1 6/10 minus 2/10 again. 1 4/10. 3 cuts. Another 2/10. 1 4/10 minus 2/10 now. 1 2/10. 4 cuts. There's another cut. 1 2/10 minus 2/10. 1. There is 1 meter cut and 1 meter remaining. 5 cuts. Here's another 20 centimeters or 2/10 meter. Cut. 1 minus 2/10. 8/10 now remain. 6 cuts. Another 2/10 cut. 8/10 minus 2/10. 6/10. 7 cuts now. A few more cuts remain. There's another 2/10 cut. 6/10 minus 2/10 now equals 4/10. 8 cuts. There's another 2/10. Now 4/10 minus 2/10. 2/10. 9 cuts. And finally, one last piece that is exactly 2/10 meter long. 2/10 minus 2/10 equals 0 for the final 10th cut. He can cut 10 2/10 meter pieces of string.